What's packing, party people? And welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Godchild, first of his name. And this is the What's Packing Sports Show. And today we're going to be talking about Jermichael Finely making himself, putting himself in the media again, in the news headlines, in regards to the Packers with some of his comments today on one of the ESPN shows. But before that, man, I want to say thank you to everybody who does already follow me, subscribe to the channel, and thumbs up and doing all the engagement. I really, really appreciate it. We got another subscriber. Yesterday, we had 102. And the goal by the end of the season is to get to 500 subscribers. So, man, do your part if you haven't already subscribed. And please subscribe to the channel. Hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down. If you don't like this content, it's all good for me. Now, let's get ready to unpack this topic. Jermichael Finely went on ESPN this morning. He was asked about the Packers' slow start. He was asked about what he saw in the game. And basically, he just said the Packers looked unprepared. They didn't look hungry. Rodgers looked terrible. And he doesn't think that the Packers are a playoff team right now. And he thinks that next week, or I should say this week, coming up against the Detroit Lions, the Lions of Detroit, he thinks that it's going to be basically a must-win game for the Packers. Now, look, I'm not going to go that far. I don't think it's time to panic. So, no, spoiler alert, no, I don't think it's time to panic. We've seen the Packers do this before. I mean, with the exception of last year, 2020, and probably 2011, I think the Packers have typically started off pretty slow under Aaron Rodgers. I mean, so, look, relax, okay? It's just 1 week. We've got an extra game this season than we even did last year, so I'm not going to start panicking and flipping out on 2 games, a game, or even 2 or 3, or even 4 games now. They have a brutal schedule, so, I mean, if you want to start out 0-4 or some shit like that, or 2-2, I mean, you're going to be putting yourself in the hole. But I don't think it's that much of a panic. I don't think it's that much reason to panic yet, but I do think it's interesting what Jermichael said. Now, a lot of people have been on Twitter basically bashing Jermichael, saying he's just a hater. I mean, even the people on ESPN was like, hey, people are going to probably just say you're just a hater. And he's like, look, man, I'm not hating. I got my money. I got my ring. Like, I'm just saying what I see and trying to put a different narrative out there from the one that usually gets put as far as like Aaron Rodgers being like a golden child and he's like infallible. Finley and Greg Jennings have been the only 2 guys who really have stepped out and spoken against Aaron Rodgers or about Aaron Rodgers in any sort of critical manner. And Greg Jennings has kind of rechanged his tune. Jermichael Finley is not. He's really just on his own, and he's on his own, beating, walking to a drum of a different beat, or however the fuck you want to say it. Had to have a drink like my quarterback, you know what I'm saying, especially after this week. And I mean, I don't really think, like I said, a lot of this isn't new stuff. Jermichael's kind of been saying this for a while. He says that, Rodgers isn't really, he lacks accountability, especially in the locker room, in the study rooms, on film study. A lot of times he won't say if a bad pass was his fault. He'll kind of try to blame it on receivers or something else. He doesn't really point the finger at himself. Now, he did get on the Pat McAfee show, and he talked a little bit about the game. He did say he played like shit. He didn't really make a lot of excuses. And I think, Rodgers, when he does speak about the team after a loss like this, he usually speaks very like we all played bad. We all did this. We couldn't get off the field. We. And I get that, and it is a team sport, but people aren't really looking for you to point fingers at other people. Yeah, we know that the offensive line played pretty bad. And he actually said the offensive line played pretty good. Yes, we know so-and-so may have missed a route, or this person may have had a chance to catch the ball, or Kevin King got burned a couple of times. But we're not looking for you to tell us what we already know about everyone else. What we really want for the quarterback to do, and maybe this is unfair, but we really just want the quarterback to take blame for what he did and to talk profusely and specifically and in detail about where he went wrong, why he played so bad. And it just seems like a lot of times Rodgers is very quick to sort of spread the blame all around and spend very little time nitpicking his performance, especially when he's performed not up to the level where he has basically set the standard. Jermichael also went on to say that he thinks the Packers are on a playoff caliber team right now, and that Love is going to be ready for the job pretty soon, which I think was it was a pot stirring comment, you know what I mean? But I don't think Rodgers really is paying much attention to Jermichael. He probably knows what he's saying, but other than that, I don't think he really cares what he says. I do think Jermichael has a point about Aaron Rodgers' leadership style and accountability. Now, do I think Rodgers I think he's a great person, like, off the field. I think he's good at, getting to know his teammates, and I think he's good at cultivating a family environment off the field and in their locker room. Now, the problem that I have with him is, A, how he handles himself, usually in the media. B, his general just attitude and lack of inspiration. He's not very inspiring, you know what I mean? And I think when you're playing a game like football, which has highs and lows, and it's going to be mentally challenging, as physically challenging as it is, I think you need a quarterback who can inspire you when you have your back against the wall, and it's going to be an uphill battle, and you're down by two scores in the third quarter, and your quarterback just threw 2 interceptions on back-to-back possessions. Like, he's not going around trying to rally the troops, clapping guys up, or butting his helmet against somebody else, or slapping guys in the pass. Like, he's not doing any of that. He's just kind of sitting there, just kind of looking like, oh shit, what scotch am I going to drink after the game? What am I going to talk about on Aaron Rodgers Tuesdays? I mean, I don't know what the fuck he's thinking about, but he doesn't seem like he's focused on the task at hand, and it's always bothered me. And look, that's not to say that every quarterback is the same, but I think if you're going to be the kind of quarterback that people place Rodgers into that category of, like, the GOAT and all that kind of stuff, like, I don't think you can have these sort of character flaws when it comes to your leadership style. I think you have to kind of embody all of it, or have so much success that not having it becomes a non-factor. And while he's had a lot of regular season success, we know in Green Bay it's called Title Town for a reason, and the one thing that we give a fuck about is titles. I mean, NFC Championship titles, I guess, yes, but more so Super Bowl titles. But we don't even have the NFC Championship titles. We don't even have the Super Bowl appearances. More so, it's been an embarrassing, exit in the NFC Championship game the last couple of years. And a lot has been made about Aaron Rodgers, whether he's all in or whether it's just talk. And Finley said he feels like it's just talk. And I'm kind of feeling the same way, because if you gonna say you're all in, then why would you miss OTAs for the first time in your career? Why would you miss the mandatory minicamps for the first time in your career? And not only that, think about the other guys who missed. Adams, Lazard, MVS. Like, they also missed significant time in the offseason as part of the program where you yourself, Rodgers, had never missed in your entire career up until this offseason, coupled with the drama. Then you come out and everybody looks lethargic. Everybody looks tired. People don't have their wind and all some kind of shit. So y'all guys look like you're off the page and you're not really cohesive yet, which is kind of weird to me in the first place, that every year you have to kind of go through this gelling phase with, like, you've been playing together for like the past 4 or 5 years. Like, you were already in the number 1 offense last year. How much fucking gelling and cohesion do you need? But maybe Rodgers was rusty. I mean, he's getting older. I mean, he just had the best year of his career, and he came out and followed up with the worst game. He had the best season of his career, but this was by far the worst game of his career against an opponent you're probably going to see again. And in a stadium or in a state in Florida where he's had a lot of struggles. So it's like, dude, I don't know what the fuck to make of this. Do I think it's time to panic? I already said no. Do I think that it's like there's some troubling things I saw there? Rodgers was late on throws. He just didn't seem like he was in rhythm. He doesn't seem as mobile. It seems like his athleticism fell off a cliff. I think he still, of course, has that arm strength, but his mobility in his legs and able to move around the pocket, manipulate the pocket, pick up runs with his first down, it seems like he is just, maybe, I don't know if he's just out of shape or maybe it just kind of fell off a cliff, but he didn't seem like the guy that he thinks he is. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to have to see. Let me know, though, in the comments below what you think about what Jermichael said. Do you think he has any validity to what he had to say? Do you think he's just crazy and bitter and just a hater? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, are you like me and think there's something to this? There's something to Rodgers, all the off-season stuff, and like I said, missing off-season workouts for the first time, the Jeopardy thing, the being on vacation with his fiance. Like, there was just so many more distractions than we've ever seen with Rodgers. And for him to come out and have the worst game of his career, it does seem like a little too much of a coincidence to me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Hit the likes up or the thumbs down if you don't like it. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bells, and comment. Until the next show, go Pack, go. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, the Bears still suck.